Look, I don't know if I really should come on here and complain about this shit, but I'm so pissed. Um, I I don't know even I'm so mad. So my dad has been with Lincoln Financial since the 80s. About 1986 was when the policy started, so almost 40 years ago. Um, this last year, in 2023, they notified him that he was potentially taking some of his payment was coming out of his cash value. It's a whole life insurance policy. He's had it for almost 40 years. That eventually there would be an issue with his premium. Evidently, like he was paying less than his normal premium, and it's because he's on a fixed income. His wife passed away, doesn't have extra money, so he's trying the best he can to keep the policy. Kept it going because they said no, it's fine at this point, and that they'll contact him when he's at the point of needing to, redo his policy. They sent him a letter 3 months ago saying, "Oh, you're in grace period now, and your policy will be canceled by the end of the month if you don't pay $1,700." What? And so I had to obviously call him because I'm helping him with his finances. I had to call them and try to figure out what the hell was going on. And come to find out, his cash value is all depleted, and now he owes money in order to keep his policy going, but then the payment actually is about $200 more. $272 actually, to be honest, so almost $300 more. And so we're like, he doesn't have that. There's no way for him to pay that, and I don't know, like, is there any way to change the policy to where the coverage is lower? Oh yeah, we can change that. That's fine. We can go through an analysis and give you an idea of how much we can change it, but you have to come, out of the grace period. So we paid the extra money to get him out of the grace period, but it was like the current month. We then go through the analysis, and in 4 days he went back into a grace period, and they denied the analysis because he was in a grace period. So we call them again later on after we've talked through things, because he can't get another policy that's at the same value. He's got too many health problems, and he's 72. So we call them back and we try to figure out, okay, what's the answer here? Like, you guys are saying basically that we need to be out of a grace period, but every time you guys put us back in a grace period, we don't have this extra money to pay every time. How much do we need to pay in order to get through the analysis and get him an actual payment? The answer was, well, you need to pay us about like 3 months worth of payments, so about $1,700. That'll get you past the 2 months worth of processing that this process would go through. And I said, okay, well, at the end of that, are we guaranteed that we're going to be able to reduce his total coverage so that his premium is lower? I can't guarantee that. Really? So we're going to spend $1,700 in order to have no guarantee that we're going to have a policy afterwards that he can afford, which means he's just going to lose it anyway after 40 years. Like, yeah, that's basically what they're saying. So we would have to pay $1,700 that we really don't have. Like, he doesn't have that in savings. I could probably make it work, but I'd have to like clear my savings out. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. The feeling really is that they're just trying to get rid of him because he's paid almost $140,000 over the last 38 years, and he's up to close to his payout amount. Well, then they would lose money, right? Generally, they would basically lose money. So they want to get rid of as many people who have paid in and are still alive and are still risking them. They're still liability, right? The whole business model of a whole life insurance policy is, is all about making money, right? If they just paid out money to people based on what they paid in, they would lose money and they would go out of business eventually. The goal is to just get people to pay as much as they can for as long as they can, give them options in terms of loans and stuff like that, get them to pay more money, roll the dice, and then get them off the damn policy, cancel them, figure out how to not cover them. They age out, whatever that is, and then they're given nothing. They're given nothing in return. They've paid this stuff for absolutely nothing other than just the quote unquote safe, peace of mind of being covered if something happened. It's just, The life insurance, system today cares nothing about consumers, cares everything about investors and their shareholders and just the profit coming in. The agents that actually are the brokers for insurance companies, they probably care a lot more. They absolutely have a better stake in it, because the happier the customer, the longer they're with them. And they don't have a direct impact, if for some reason a policy cancels, but they do have an interest in trying to keep you in a policy so that your family's covered. But the actual insurance companies give no fucks at all, not even one. Lincoln has no problem just letting us go. They have no other options. They can't expedite anything. They can't give us other options to keep him in a kind of policy without going through a substantial financial issue that he can't do. I'm so pissed. This affects not only my dad's end of life costs, but it affects my brother who's disabled. And if my dad passes while we're trying to figure out his life insurance, we don't have enough to cover. His estate doesn't have enough to cover his final expenses, and gives my brother anything extra, he's homeless. My brother can't afford his current rent. I can't afford his current rent. He's homeless at that point, and his kids, just because Lincoln can't work with us. It's absolutely ridiculous, and they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They would be losing money. Something's got to change. I don't know what. I'm not smart enough to know, but whole life insurance is absolutely a scam. At the very least, term life insurance was affordable and had the same protections. In terms of coverage, that would be one thing. But even term life insurance is just kind of a scam. It's just peace of mind. It doesn't really, and they say it in the advertisements. It's peace of mind. It isn't really like anything that you should rely on. Learning experiences. And I'm sure that lots of people here are just going to say, well, Dave Ramsey could have told you that. Yeah, I get it. But, it is what it is. We're all screwed. And, just don't die in poverty if you can, because your family gets affected. But, what can you do nowadays? Everything is about trying to take your money because you have it and they don't. And it's fucking ridiculous.